What is a psychic attack? One thing that needs to be established at the beginning of your search for healing is, are you under a psychic attack? Because a psychic attack can produce symptoms of normal complaints like migraines, fatigue, mental psychosis, schizophrenia, etc. There are 3 basic types of psychic attacks to contend with: the basic everyday negative comment variety, the malicious and hurtful intentions variety, and the full-on hex, curse, or continuous ill-wishing variety. So we're going to talk about the 3 different varieties. We're going to talk about the warning signs of psychic attack. And we're also going to talk about what happens to you. And how to free yourself from any psychic attack. So the common negativity, the first of these psychic attack varieties, the negative comment or negative energy type, is indeed the most prevalent. You are relatively easy to combat. Is indeed the most prevalent and are relatively easy to combat, but they should not be taken lightly. Many a healthy and highly developed spirit has succumbed to the cumulative effects of repeated exposure to common negativity. Following are some examples of common negative comment attacks. Another day, nothing ever changes. The world is a nightmare. This job is horrible. The weather is terrible. My life sucks. Those lousy neighbours are a bunch of idiots. And so on. There's no need to the list. There's no end to the list of negative comments that we may be exposed to every day. At first, it may seem that comments like this are rather harmless, but it is important to remember that all thought creates energy. Remember, all thought creates energy. It is this energy which affects us, perhaps more than the content of the original message. It's also important to note that many times these types of attacks are not directed at any one person in particular. Rather, they are just put out into the universe and we happen to be exposed to them. Awareness and vigilance are the keys to blocking the effects of these sorts of negative energy bombardments. Listen carefully to the babble going on around you. Most of the time, our awareness of negative comments functions in autopilot mode. Our mind is constantly filtering information. We absorb a great deal of negativity without ever being fully aware of it. Directed negative energy. This is the second most common type of psychic attack. The malicious and intentionally hurtful variety is different from the random negative comments. These attacks are directed specifically at you. They are designed to cause damage to your spirit. They are designed to instill anger, sadness, and misery. These types of psychic attacks can come from any number of sources, but most often they are the result of failed relationships or jealous acquaintances. Attacks of this nature can best be thought of as hand-to-hand combat. When under psychic attack, or rather when large amounts of energy when large amounts of negative thought energy are being directed at us, our life energy form usually absorbs the attack, just as it would any other energy that it comes into contact with. The spiritual form does not discriminate among types of energy. It merely interacts or reacts to whatever energy it comes into contact with. A negative energy attack manifests itself in the physical and mental self as depression, withdrawal, headache, stomach upset, and an assortment of other ailments. As always, a strong and healthy spiritual energy through your Reiki Level 3 Mastership is the best defense against any type of spiritual assault as you receive the Crown Seal. Unfortunately, most of the time we are unable to distance ourselves from the source of spiritual attacks long enough to allow our natural life energies time to rejuvenate. In these cases, perhaps the most practical and effective means of psychic protection is the creation of what can best be described as spiritual shielding. This is completed in your level 1 and 2 attunements at Reiki by Bella. Creating a shield of protection from the Archangel Michael, but learning to direct your energy through your Mastership and Self-Empowerment program. Those who wish to harm us are sometimes able to combine the emotional energies of any manner of destructive intentions in order to manifest the soul-devouring energy of evil. If the manifested energy is not able to cause damage at first strike, it will continue to attack until it finds a weakness in your spirit to exploit. The energy of evil, the third most common form of psychic attack, is the hex or curse. These forms of attack consist of universal energy which has been manipulated to cause harm, energy which has been gathered and collected to form what can be considered a negative energy wave. This type of attack is ongoing or perpetual. Unlike other forms of psychic attack, which rely on a symbiotic relationship with other energy forms in order to exist, these attacks are self-sustaining and powered by a different source than most of the common fear-based negative attacks. Destruction of the spirit is the goal of the curse or continual negative energy wave. This type of energy is known by many names in many cultures, but is most commonly known as and referred to as evil. As already stated, the energy of evil does not require the fuel of other negative thought forms. Instead, it seeks to feed on the energy of the spiritual self directly. It seeks to consume the entire field of the aura and replace it with a mirror image of itself. Those who wish to harm us are sometimes able to combine the emotional energies of any manner of destructive intentions in order to manifest the soul-devouring energy of evil. If the manifested energy is not able to cause damage at first strike, it will continue to attack until it finds a weakness in your spirit to exploit. Although this form of negative energy is the most destructive of the three common varieties of negativity, it is by no means all-powerful and consuming. Some warning signs of psychic attack. First of all, your energy gets low, tiredness, fatigue. You can suddenly feel very tired, even weak. When you're with a particular person in a particular room or place, this is a sign that you're being drained of psychic energy from your aura. Headaches after being with a person in a stressful situation or place, and you suddenly develop a headache out of the blue. This can be draining of your energy taking place. And interestingly enough, when you get away from this person, your headache goes away. Drained feeling. You can spend 5 minutes with this person and walk away on weak knees and feel as if you are going to have to crawl to your car or home. You can barely walk upright. When this happens, it usually takes a couple of hours or a good night's sleep to recover. Icy cold feeling physically on some part or all of your body. When your aura is being drained, you can physically feel like freezing. A clenched knot feeling in your stomach or solar plexus area. If you walk into some place and your solar plexus snaps shut. When a particular person approaches you, beware. You are being given warning that this person is dangerous to you. Our solar plexus is the seat of our fears, anxieties, repression and suppression. If you feel suddenly weak or shaky, get away from this person or activity. Anxiety and panic attacks. Many times we get drained and siphoned from and don't even realize it until much later. The reaction then becomes an anxious reaction, or anxiety sets in, sometimes a full-blown panic attack, because on a subconscious level you are reacting to the assault. Sometimes shaking and trembling takes place, and this reaction usually occurs during or after an attack. The person may or may not realize why he or she is suddenly shaking. From a subconscious level, where the assault is realized, this is a perfectly normal reaction, because whether you knew it or not, your adrenaline is flowing high and fast. The fight or flight hormones are a part of you wants to run. Any normal person would. If you have such a symptom, then think back several hours or 1 to 2 days before and carefully go over who you met, where you were, and try to pinpoint the possible psychic attack. Long-term psychic attacks can cause depression by an individual or a group that does this psychically for weeks or months on end. Can end up making you feel morose, sad, hopeless, listless, and like life isn't worth living at all. This is a serious attack and will need serious help in the form of a Reiki master, shamanic healer, being the catalyst to break up the energy and disconnect the lines from your auric field. Afterward, your old jaunty self will return. So in summary, as we watch the sun sit here, in summary, combating psychic attack is relatively easy, as it is your own mind that is adding fuel to the fire. Meditation and an awareness of destructive comments and attitudes around you will go a long way to addressing the problem. We all have a sage in the family that said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I hope this has helped. I look forward to seeing you at your Reiki Mastership, and congratulations on Masters of the Light. Namaste, Light Tribe. We are in the fight of our lives. We have to do everything we can to resist, destroy, and annihilate